here, so you know a lot of passes, all right? You can use most of your passes, but you have to be aware, even from the bottom, a guy can hit you and can hit you hard. So, and you have to use your punches to set up your passes, and your passes to set up your punches. For example, so here we are controlling the biceps. In jiu-jitsu, a lot of times we would then transition to the hips. If I put both my hands on the hips, there's a good chance he's just going to punch me in the face. That's not fun, even from his back. You know, a guy like Mike hits you from your back, you might go to sleep. So I have to maintain control of him. The other way we would do it in jiu-jitsu is we might grab the gi or control the neck, gotta watch being armbarred here, and go to the hip. And we might stand. We're going to stand in all of our passes tonight. Be aware, all of these sort of passes do work in MMA, but not, I don't think as well. All right? If you're going to stay that low, you might as well ground and pound until they open their guard, and then you start your passes. Anytime they open their guard on the bottom, my recommendation, unless you're dominating them inside their guard, the second his guard opens, you should be getting your knee up. Whether he's going to go to an open guard, because we dealt with this last week, right? We pull this off the hip. We don't want him to have that control to push us off. We want to take that up, we control the knee, and then we turn this into a nasty punch and we start our pass, okay? So we want to get that knee up. We want to start our combat passes on the ground, all that. But we're going to stand tonight. 2 ways to stand that I like. 1, both hands to the throat. I'm going to explode up my head over his head. The mistake a lot of people make, though, is they bring both their feet up. Uh-oh, that gets you swept. So if you're going to explode like that, understand, for me it's always my left leg. One leg should go further up than the other so he doesn't have that nice easy grip. So I'm here, watch what I do when I hop up. Hands are going to go to his throat. My left leg jumps up and I keep my right leg back. I bend this knee in, so even if he goes right for an armbar, traditional armbar, very easy to defend. Start the lawnmower. So he's got his guard. He turns into that armbar. We start the lawnmower, either way he goes. He goes for omoplata. You can be caught more easily here, but it's still same idea. He goes for omoplata. I still start the lawnmower, and then he pays. Without the punch? Absolutely. Absolutely. I bait guys. I'll come up and I'll put that arm there and they think, oh, I'm going to armbar this sucker. As soon as his legs come apart, I'm posturing and I'm limp arming. He just doesn't get punched. He gets knee on the belly. Great question, Dan. Okay. So the other way to get up is like jiu-jitsu. 1 foot then the other. You can do it from the biceps or on the neck. I like to put at least one hand in the neck. Now if I stay here, this is armbar city. I've got to bring my same side foot up as the arm I reach with. Much harder now for him to armbar me. Here, that's an armbar. Either way. Here, I block the hips. Not as easy. So I go 1, and then the other just pivots. Now I'm up, and I hit, and I hit, and I pass, or I try to pass and hit, control the feet, and I'm up. Okay? Those are the 2 basic ways we're going to get up. And then you have a plethora of passes. So the 3 basic setups, once we establish this position, is ground and pound him till the legs open. As soon as the legs open, we pop a knee up. If he gets that up, we immediately go to it, we hit, and we start our passes. The other way, my favorite, just a personal preference, both hands to the neck, we're up, bend that knee in, hand on the throat, we make him pay till the guard opens, and then we begin our passes. The other way, whether we stay here or go 1 to the throat, I'll stay here this time, 1 foot up, and then the other doesn't step up too, that gets you swept. It just pivots up. And then if you need to bring it in a little bit, do so. I still like the neck here. I want to challenge him to try to sub me here. Once the legs come apart, immediately control so you don't get up kicked. The 1 good option in MMA is tug and pound. Another good one, you know, this fake, step and pass, step, pass. Okay? We can do anything like this. Start stacking them. Start stacking them. Look for different, there's all sorts of sitting through passes here and stuff. You can go in, single stack, drop down real quick, double stack, All those jiu-jitsu passes you already know are there. So the first step, get our head and arm free. Second step, ground and pound to soften them up. Last step, how are we going to pass? We can do it on the ground. If he opens his guard, we pop a knee up, or we push the action. Once that guard breaks, we control. And that's it, game over. All right, so that's where we're going. Let's hit the cage for just a minute.